The Cowboys re-signed Dante Fowler Jr. This is fun. Guys, listen, I want to talk about Dante Fowler and him coming back to the Cowboys and what that means for this Cowboys team in particular. But first, before I do, I want you guys to hit that like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me, the OC 100 on X. You can follow Boss Cowboy Sports on X, Twitter, also Facebook, Instagram as well. All right, so listen, guys, the Cowboys re-signed Dante freaking Fowler to a 1 year, reportedly $8 million contract. So this is good news. And this is some of the best news so far coming out of the offseason. In my opinion, I thought that, hey, when we signed Murray from the Tennessee Titans, that was the top signing. Now I'm moving that down to number 2. Now all of a sudden Dante Fowler Jr. is the top signing for the Cowboys in this offseason so far, and what a fantastic move that was made by them. Listen, if you follow Boss Cowboy Sports and you've watched shows like The Final Word, and if you haven't, you should, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, okay? Shameless plug. Also, follow Boss Cowboy Sports on X. You can follow me. We talk about things like this on X all the time, and we've talked about it ad nauseum on shows like The Final Word, also in our independent streams and publications on this channel. Dante Fowler is a value pick. This guy was a former first-round draft pick. And listen, he came into the league, tremendous potential, tremendous athletic ability, tremendous nose for the game of football. We've even had the opportunity to talk to his father and visit with his father. So we're very familiar with Dante Fowler. And Dante Fowler was a guy that when he was with the Cowboys, honestly, he didn't get a fair shake. And proof of that was his productivity that took place this past year with the Washington Commanders. Because when he was here, he was rotational and he didn't get a lot of snaps. Unfortunately, they brought him in on a 2-year deal, and they didn't utilize him and his talents, because when you look at Dante Fowler on tape, when he was with the Cowboys for his first stint, he was extremely disruptive. He was extremely productive. He was a guy that created a lot of pressures on the opposing offense, and he consistently beat offensive tackles, guards, tight ends one-on-one all day long. Now, he transitions. He gets picked up by our former defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, gets a deal with the Washington Commanders, and he gets 10.5 sacks. But this is what's important about the 10.5 sacks. The 10.5 sacks that he produced for the Washington Commanders this past year, it was not full-time duty. That's what you got to know. You got to know that it wasn't full-time duty. And listen, I'm saying, listen, when this man gets a chance to get full-time reps, he can be in the upper echelon of guys in terms of pressure on the quarterback and in terms of his sack productivity in the league. I mean, he could be in the top 5 to 10%. It is not a reach. And this is where you need to listen carefully. It's not a reach for me to tell you that on this Cowboys team, Dante Fowler rushing opposite of a Micah Parsons could be a 14 to 15.5 sack guy. I'll pause. I'll say it again. On this team, in a full-time play capacity where he is consistently getting a chance to rush when it's 2nd and long, 3rd and medium, it is not outside of the realm of possibility for this guy to come up with 14 to 15.5 sacks because of the amount of attention that you have to pay to Micah Parsons. And you got to remember this, guys. We oftentimes take for granted the talent and the gifts that are before us until they're retired or until they're gone. Micah Parsons is a unique talent, and he requires a game plan week in and week out to account not only for his one-on-one pass rush ability, but also for his whereabouts on the football field. And the thing is, you don't have enough players unless you cheat and you have 13 players. You don't have enough players to double team two elite ends. And I am saying that, listen, the resigning the resigning of this guy helps our defense so much, because now you have an elite pass rusher in Micah Parsons, and you have, I'm going to say, he's probably elite, but he hasn't proven it yet. You're going to have a very good pass rusher opposite of him, a guy that can get you double-digit sacks. Man, this does wonders for this defense, and it really, really does. And I've been standing and I've been tooting my horn on this, and I'm going to continue to toot my horn on this. This has put the amount of flexibility with this coming draft that we need. We've addressed a major issue. We now have a starting edge. And listen, shout out to all the guys coming back from injury. Look, I know that, we had a second round draft pick defensive end come in here this past offseason. And look, he did his best to do a good job for us. I don't know how much ground he'll cover in terms of developing as a pass rusher. And I believe he'll make a jump. But this is a fantastic real solution in terms of productivity to get pressure on the quarterback versus a wait and see approach of the guys that we have, and we just gonna see if they come out here and they can get it done for us. I love Sam Williams. I think Sam Williams has an opportunity to be as good as he wants to be. However, he tore that ACL, and at the end of the day, it may take him a little bit to get his feet wet. And I think that it may take him a little bit to kind of get the comfortability and the confidence in the regular season to really get going. I wish him the best. I hope he does. But if he needs some time to get all the way back to himself, guess what we have now? We have a solution. We have a 1A and we have a 1B legit pass rushing duo. The Cowboys are on the right track with these last few defensive signings, to say the least. I'm happy about it. At first, listen, if you talked about us and you hear from Dante Fowler's father, they were not really interested in him, but it is because of your voice and your voice mattering, which is the mantra of Boss Cowboy Sports, that now I believe it was some pressure that the organization, or either they took our advice some kind of way and they end up making this thing happen. So very, very excited to have him back in the fold, because they did sign him. They did pay him the $8 million. He's going to get a fair shake. He's going to get snaps. He's going to get an opportunity to come out here and do what he does best, which to me is rush the quarterback and be very disruptive. Now we have 2 first-round draft picks on the edge. Don't forget, 2 now. We got 2 first-round draft picks rushing the quarterback, which this year is going to pay dividends for the Dallas Cowboys and cause us really to be on the path of having a much better and well-rounded defensive front than we had this past season. So I want to hear your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Let me know how I did in the video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and now X. You can follow me, the OC100 on X. Until next time, salute.